Welcome back, fans and friends, for this upcoming video. It's very difficult to say what I'm going to do because all three of those cars, two of them are the same, one of them is different. So what do they have in common? Well, unfortunately, as it turns out, I did not have a Dodge Charger from the year 1970 that is not a Dodge Charger Daytona. So therefore, I can't really compare this to, but they happen to have this, the Barrett-Jackson 1970 Dodge Charger HEMI RT. So this one, I believe, is the RT as well. It may or may not be. The bad news is that they did this stupid thing where they put the engine the same color as the background of the engine. Despite the hood opening up wide, it does not open wide enough to see differences, and it does this. So I grabbed another HEMI vehicle that I happen to have, this one, and then I grabbed the last of the Dodge vehicles that I have with an opening hood. That is not, like I said, the Daytona, which I do have a bunch of them. So when those come out on the video, they will come out on video. This is one of my favorite ones from them, the Barrett-Jackson as well. Mecum Auctions is the previous one, Plymouth GTX. And there we can see the 440. Not a HEMI, it's a 440. So just bringing that up. We have running on empty Dodge Challenger RT. This Dodge Charger RT is also a Barrett-Jackson. We have a Mecum Auctions, and that is the Trio. And as we can see clearly, one does not is resisting the urge to close, but the other two are just screw it, we're done here. So there you have it. So just everything else is as normal with a Barrett-Jackson Series 10. Obviously the Series 9 was the previous one I did. I just recently did a video on the Camaro in this series. And there it is, the Dodge Charger 1970 limited edition die-cast metal 14 plus 164. Perhaps I think they are appealing for the collector rather than the opener. Unfortunately, I am opening it because it's mine. I can do whatever I want. And here we have it, 1970 Dodge Charger. HEMI RT sold for $93,500, 2021. And if there's everything, I don't know if I'm going to read it. Maybe I will. 1970 Dodge Charger has been completely restored from top to bottom. Even the undercarriage is painted in detail like the top. We will see that soon enough. Under the hood is an upgraded 8-cylinder HEMI paired to a 4-speed manual transmission. This Charger features air conditioning, bucket seats, console, wood grain steering wheel, HEMI call-out hood, power steering and brakes, light group, and an upgraded power system. What's important for us is there, the Dodge, the BF Goodrich, and the 104th day of last year. And the 14562 WB. And there we have all the limited edition Series 10 and die-cast metal chases that we all know and love. And there it contains one vehicle, as we all know. And for once, they've put FCA, but not Stellantis. So I guess it's going to take another year or two for that to come into effect. And there we have it. The back of the package. I am now going to open it because that is the whole purpose of these videos. I have gone out, spent. I do really like the Charger here. I was hoping to get the Bullet version of this car, 1968. But unfortunately, it is rather pricey. I have to buy it online. So I just paid half price, bit the bullet, and got this one. It just happened to randomly be on the shelf. Like I said, I'm also looking for the Blue Collar Ranchero, which is not important for this video. I'm just mumbling while I attempt to get this package open. And there we have it, the nice insert that they all come with. Definitely putting this on the front table. So there we have it, lime green with the call-out hood. Nothing really special there. It looks kind of like a Roadrunner, but it's not a Roadrunner. It's a Dodge Charger. We can see Dodge Charger RT on the front there. Just like how we saw Dodge Challenger RT, although the Challenger has it almost easier to read. You can clearly see it there. I really do like this Dodge Challenger. The one issue it had, like I said, is no rearview mirrors and no... the hood doesn't want to stay open. So if you want to fight the hood all the time, it's great for that. But as for staying open, it is not good for that. I'm just trying to pop the hood before I go. I'm really hoping that the hood does pop. Most of these will have it popping up the hood. It is fighting me. Alright, the wrestling match is over. I have popped the hood. So we'll just go for the car top to bottom first. I will have to hold it by the hood because it does not want to open. We can see there the gas cap, unusually vertical instead of horizontal on the side of the car. The stripe across the back, I do like that. The contrasting roof to the rest of the car. I do see that it says HEMI on the side there. We can see on either side, easily legible. There's the tie downs in front. Do I like this hood better than the GTX's? The GTX's is really nice. You can see that, the little side opening scoops. Like that wasn't bad. So it's going to be hard to tie. And this one had it as well. The difference is these two are matte black and that one is the shiny black. So it's a little bit, it's not for everybody. But there we have it. It does look nice. Don't get me wrong. Just going to go left to right. Then we will. It is a very large car, by the way. I think it's much larger. If it's accurate to scale, it's obviously larger than the other ones too. We can see where it says HEMI on just above the light on the far left, turn light. We see RT, nice and legible. Door handle. There's a bit of a paint issue in the middle of the door. The bucket seats contrast the rest of the car but match the roof, which is nice. The car is very easy to see into. It has windows over the rear half of the car, but the side windows are down. I do like the exhaust hood on the door, just behind where it's written RT. Everything else seems to be in order. The tires, even so far, I don't see any. The trailing off, I didn't see any at all. That's great. I'm hoping the car rolls as well. The one, it does say, actually, it's just very hard to see. It does say charger right in the middle there, but because of the silver on the white, it is hard to call out. So far, I have nothing really serious to complain about this vehicle. You can see charger right there. Where the Torino and the Gran Torino was written on the Fords, it's written here on the. This is obviously not a Ford product, but it's in the same spiritual place as those two. We can see the white interior. I do like that. The contrast is very nice. Exactly the same as that GTX in the background. And so I do like, actually, now I don't need to tell people it's a HEMI because it's written on the vehicle, but it just says 1970 Dodge Charger RT. Rather than going all out and writing the HEMI, you will take a look at it. There's the 10422 and the limited edition number is the 2992, just to the left of all our information. And we see there, I do like all that detail. It's actually probably, look how much better it is than the Challenger. GTX, way worse. The Charger is really nicely done. I'm just gonna say I don't have a Charger Daytona handy, but this is a very large car. What do I mean by large car is these Plymouths are what was called the gentleman sports car. Dodge Challenger nowadays we know as a large car, and if all of these vehicles are to scale, look at the size of that Charger in the back compared to all these other vehicles. And the GTX we all think is a very large vehicle. I don't have the Gran Torino or the Torino, I'd bring that up, but look how much bigger this vehicle is. Do I have the Camaro handy? Yes, I have the Camaro handy. So for example, look at the difference. Do I have the Mustang handy? I have a Mercury Cougar, my favorite of this series that I've done. Look how much bigger that vehicle is. So I guess that's the difference between a muscle car and a pony car. I have John Wick's Mustang right here. Yes, I do. I don't have a Chevelle, but I do have John Wick's Mustang. I have the AMC Javelin nearby. A GTO Firebird Corvette's not really in the same class. But let's do the Boss 429. Just for comparison, look how big this car is. There's nothing wrong with that. I absolutely love this car. It's definitely going on the list. But look at how big this car is. It's not a pony car, that's for sure. It's like a school bus, shortened down. I do love the front, like I said. I actually now, the more I look at it, I actually starting to prefer that Charger over the Challenger. Where are the lights? Well, who cares? It just looks really nice. So I'm going to stop saying this is the best one I've bought in a long time. I'm going to give it its drive test. I was just comparing some of these vehicles for the fact that it is a large vehicle. There's nothing wrong with that, like I said. If people are familiar with the NASCAR. And another good thing about this is look how large the engine bay is and how wide open the hood opens. So just for comparison, this one, which I'm always fighting, look at the difference. And it stays open, this one. And look at how wide that opens. These GTXs, can't get them to open that wide, that's for sure. And it also says HEMI on the engine. So I have nothing except for the missing rear view mirrors to complain about this car. And so, there we go. The Greenlight Special. Have they done it? Nope. They have painted both sides. So what I mean by Greenlight Special is sometimes they paint one. As you can see here, the right support bar is not painted, but the left one is. So that's like putting on a right glove, but not a left glove when you need to shovel something or do something, right? There's no reason for it. So I highly recommend this vehicle, but I like the Dodge Charger, so I'm just going to say that. I forgot to cover the back of it. There's the Barrett-Jackson written on the license plate, the two exhausts going down the middle. We have RT and Charger written across, nice and easily legible in the middle of those two lights. So nothing to complain about there. And so there we have it. I actually do like this probably more than the GTXs, which I did like a lot. More than the John Wick Mustang. Maybe not this, because I think I've adopted this as my favorite muscle car. But this one here, I think, comes in a close second. Rolls decently, and nothing. It doesn't want to roll backwards, so it rolls forwards. A bit of a wobble, but nothing else to complain about there. So there we have it. Barrett-Jackson, nicely well done. Dodge Charger, just missing the rearview mirrors, which is a minor gripe. The hood was hard to pop open, but you can just do that and literally flick it open. Like, everything about this car seems to be well done. Probably because I know it's one of their earlier cars, so they have a lot of time to perfect it. The one major difference, though, I will say, is I do like this hood better than that hood. Is it sacrilegious? I have no idea. I do whatever I want. This is my own stuff. But there we have it. The 1970 Dodge Charger RT with the HEMI engine. Nicely faded in lettering on the hood. Very wide opening hood too. Nothing to complain about there. Stays open. Dodge Charger, everywhere it's written, is easily legible. Except for, obviously, the silver on the white there. But we can see it's Dodge Charger. We can see it's Dodge Charger. We can see it's Dodge Charger, Charger. So, if you're in the market for a cheap and hopefully readily available Dodge Charger, you have excellent detail here. You have excellent detail everywhere else. The wheels don't appear to have too many issues. You can see a little bit of what I like to call scarring on the wheels, but they do look nice. The vehicle rolls reasonably well. So there we have it. This Thomas from Toronto, done fawning over the 1970 Dodge Charger RT HEMI from Greenlight's Barrett-Jackson Series 10. Thank you for watching, and till the next one.